All right, we're going to talk next about the confetti shooter. This is a great device. If used properly, it's very safe. Make sure you follow the directions. We're going to send you a copy of the directions, but anything that I say on this video that is perhaps different than the directions, follow the directions, not me, okay? The directions are the real thing to follow, not me. But the confetti cannon is going to be a great thing for the very end when they kiss or hug for the first time and they know they love each other. And butterflies have sort of been a theme, and so we're shooting butterflies everywhere. I would suggest, if you can, depending on if you have a catwalk that's closer to the stage, I would suggest doing it from a catwalk just over the stage area, or you know, still could be over the audience. The concept about the confetti shooting out is that it's going to be a physical, tactile thing for the audience to experience as well. And so when butterflies come down into the audience, it is a great moment. And so it doesn't have to be directly over the stage. You can also do them from the Juliettes. If you have lights and stuff over your Juliettes, things like that, you can shoot them from there as well. The other thing I'd suggest, particularly if you had a catwalk, is you can use a fan, and right at that moment, you just take a handful of confetti and throw it in front of the fan. Let the fan just blow it all over the air up above, and it will slowly just float down, look like butterflies going through your auditorium. It's a great thing until 10:30 that night when you have to clean up. Then it becomes not so much a great thing. But until that time, it is a wonderful thing. Anyway, follow all the directions. But here's what you want to do with a confetti cannon. First thing you're going to get, or that you'll have, is a thing called a lifting cap. And it is this brown thing. And it goes in first, and you're just going to put it directly in. And what this is going to do, you're going to put it in right there. Then you're going to take this pull, this little thing, and you're going to push it all the way in. And you're going to shove it all the way down to the bottom. And what that's going to do is, when the explosion happens, this is going to be one of the things that's going to just explode and lift everything up and out of the cannon. So that's going to go down here. On top of that, you're going to put in your confetti. And we have butterfly confetti and other types of confetti. Sometimes you can practice on these, on some of the other ones. But that right there is the butterfly confetti. And there's two trains of thought. If you keep it together in packets, it's going to shoot farther, but it won't make as big a mess. It's going to kind of stay as a group. If you take them and separate them and put them in separated, it won't go as far, but you're going to make a big flurry of a mess. If you're going to use the fans, I would suggest you separate them up so that when they fly, they just go all over the place. And this one is more directional, and you'll be able to get more space on that. Then when you get done with that, you're going to put the very end, you're going to put what they call an end cap. And this is a black thing that goes over the very end. And this is going to help build up pressure. It's going to help build up pressure, just like that. So you have the lifters down here, you're going to have the confetti in here. I wouldn't fill up the whole tube, maybe about this much or so. And then you're going to put your end cap here. With your end cap, you're going to get tape. This tape, you're going to tape around the barrel, not on top of, but around the barrel. Never go over it, and never put gaffer's tape or any other tape over the top. This will clog the cannon entirely. What the end cap does will build up pressure so that when the CO2 cartridges go off, it will be pressure built up, which will eventually come through this, and this will give. This will give if you don't have tape over it. So this always goes around here, boom, never over the top. Never put tape over the top. Lastly, you're going to get a whole bunch of CO2 cartridges. Treat them like CO2 cartridges, meaning keep them out of heat, extreme cold, things like that. Keep them in just, keep them in a classroom, in your house, whatever. These are the same CO2 cartridges you can find at any bike shop around the United States. So should you run out, We can't get them for you ahead of time. You can go down to any bike shop. They use them to fill up tires in bikes immediately. And if you were to take one of these down there to a bike shop and go, I need them, you get 12 of them for about 20 bucks. So they're about $1.50 a piece. What you're going to do is, at the very bottom of this, there is a latch that opens and closes. Keep it in the closed position, meaning that you can't really see the arm as you screw it in. If you screw it in with it open, it's going to explode as you do that. So you're going to take it and you're just going to screw that in. At that point, this thing is armed. Once it's armed, I cannot stress enough, and I know you know this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Don't point the end at anybody. Don't point it anywhere except for space. This was one of the last things that we would put in, while the song was going on, they would screw it in. Once they were in place, and they were getting ready to shoot it, maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes ahead of time, they would screw it in. They would just keep it in place. Then all you do is you're just going to hold, and you're just going to take the key, and you're just going to pull it out. It's got a little bit of a kickback, but it's nothing major. I've shot this 100 times, and it's a great thing, but it's nothing major. Whoever's doing it, I suggest that they get used to just kind of what it feels like. Bit of advice: hold it away from your body. Do not put it towards your crotch. Do not put it towards your gut. Do not put it towards your body and try to do it. It does have a kickback. You're going to feel that kickback. So hold it out and it's not much of a kickback. I mean, it's just, you'll go a ½ inch maybe, and that's it. It's nothing to be scared of. But just keep it. Remember, pull this, keep this aimed where you want it to go. What I've seen a lot of people do is as they pull, they do this, boom. And instead of shooting it the way they had intended, now they're shooting it to the rafters or somewhere else. So keep it here and just pull the key. And this will be it. I would not reuse your confetti after a show. I would try to keep it fresh with new confetti every time. It'll look better, it's brighter, and it will go further. You can redo confetti if you have to. If for any reason you don't use our confetti that we send you for the butterfly stuff, if you want to use other stuff, make sure it is non-flammable. There are the majority of confettis out there can catch on fire. You want non-flammable confetti in here. Other than that, this is a great prop, and you should have a lot of fun with it.